Just 30 minutes from the Sydney CBD lies an emerging economic powerhouse, Greater Western Sydney. It's one of the fastest growing regions in Australia, with the third largest economy and over 2 million people. More than 100 nationalities, including Australia's largest urban community of Indigenous people, contribute to this culturally enriched society. What is a marginalised person? Do you know?
What was that?
A marginalised person.
A marginalized person. I think that's the first time I've heard that word.
Is it what?
A marginalised person.
I don't know.
Marginalized person.
Yeah.
That is when someone has a split personality.
West for I think about a year and a half, and we just find that there's a lot more violence around the area.
Gays, lesbians, bisexuals and transvestites make up an ever-growing population of marginalised people, who each day struggle to fit into mainstream society. As a mere 1 in 8 females proclaim to be gay, whilst only 1 in 10 males have admitted to being homosexual. Since its early 70s introduction, the Sydney Mardi Gras brings in over $50 million to the state government every year and has since become one of the world's most celebrated gay and lesbian events. However, the Mardi Gras stands as an insult for some that suggests the state government reduces the gay community to 1 day a year. For some, the Sydney Mardi Gras is a risk, a potentially fatal risk. The risk of being attacked and abused by gay opposers is a fact forgotten by most. Gay assault, or as it is commonly referred to as poofter bashing, is slowly making a negative social impact within the western suburbs. In the western suburbs, poofter bashing has long been regarded as an amusing hobby.
Do you think that homosexual people should be allowed to express their sexuality publicly?
To a degree.
Do you think these people are treated the same as heterosexual people?
I don't think so, no.
In some societies, yes. In some societies, no. In some cases, no.
I don't think so. I think it's very much a closed topic, more in the western suburb. My personal opinion, I think probably due to fear. A lot of people still need to be educated with.
Was growing up in today's society a challenge for you at all?
When I was very young, I did come out at a later age. I think it was around 22. I come from an ethnic background, a Greek background. My parents weren't happy. My mum did end up having to leave home. I don't speak to my father, unfortunately, because he doesn't believe in what I believe, I suppose. So in that sense, family-wise,
From the old world, they bring to the new their labour, their arts and sciences, their youth. These children will grow up as Australian as you and I.
The western suburbs of Sydney is the home for a countless number of cultures and religions. It can be described as the cultural mixing pot, melting all ethnicities, races and beliefs into one big lump we call multiculturalism. Yet, people all around Australia, with particular focus on Western Sydney, are judgmental and mistreating of many groups, like ethnicity and beliefs. So what do people think about different racial groups? We went onto the streets of Blacktown to find out what the public thought.
Do you believe in Western Sydney different racial groups are seen as a threat?
I think to some people, yes. Yes. Lebanese.
Right?
Yep.
Are there any culture groups that you feel uncomfortable around?
Lebanese.
Or that other people feel uncomfortable around?
I think it's more when they're big.
No. I cannot get to that.
What is the first thing that comes to mind with the following terms? Aboriginal?
Black.
Arab?
Muslim. Muslim.
Iraq.
Sudanese or African?
Real black.
It's just like one dog is barking at another dog. You know, woof woof, you're in my territory. You know, dog is peeing on the pole here and peeing on the pole there. He claims it as his territory.
Asians?
Half black.
Chinese food.
The 2006 census found that more than 50% of the population of Western Sydney were born overseas. On top of this, most Australian-born people have an ethnic background. Clearly, cultural diversity is a prominent feature in Western Sydney, and being such a confronting issue, marginalisation consequently occurs. From a religious perspective, the Christian faith makes up just 40% of Western Sydney's population, with Islam being the second highest amongst the people. With the Islamic religion growing daily in Western Sydney, there has been great outcry by the public on a number of occasions, especially regarding the building of mosques and the Muslim school in Camden.
Everyone wants to meet, we're all purity clubs.
Don't let them take Camden.
Racial and religious tensions spilling over.
We just don't want Muslim people in Camden. We don't want them not only here, we don't want them in Australia.
Are people with an Islamic faith looked down upon by some people in Western Sydney?
Yes, you do get a little bit of that, but only because of misunderstandings. And naturally, when your average Australian looks upon you're a Muslim, and they tend to draw a certain stereotypical line towards them. And this gets amplified through the community. But what the Australian, mostly community members, don't do is look at the positive aspects of what happens as well.
Each year, 1 in 5 Australians experience some form of mental illness. Approximately 2/3 of these people do not receive treatment in any 12-month period, and many are subjected to marginalisation from society. In Western Sydney today, the mentally ill and disabled are often degraded by society and suffer great prejudice from within the community. Have you heard of or experienced your patients receiving degrading treatment from the public or colleagues because of their disabilities?
I have indeed. Somebody breaks their leg, they get a lot of sympathy and care, etc. However, if someone who suffers with a mental illness, they don't get nearly the same amount of understanding and care, and as far as I can see.
2009, just about awareness, and the theme, sign up, link in and get involved, is throughout Australia this week. So you're just getting people to participate in a bowling club or a book club or going to the library, just getting out of their homes and feeling welcomed into the community.
Marginalised groups of people in the community would be those who suffer with mental illness and ex-criminals.
File? Yes. Child molester?
Yes.
Grub?
Grub. All right, grub.
Among those who are marginalised are criminals who have served their time and are returning to society. One criminal who's been a hot topic in the media lately is convicted pedophile Dennis Ferguson. We asked 30 people at a local shopping centre if Ferguson should be allowed to live wherever he wanted. 13.4% said yes, and 86.6% said no. And this is what they had to say.
Are you forgiving of pedophile Dennis Ferguson? And or should he be living amongst the rest of the population?
No, he should be put on an island.
No.
Are you forgiving of pedophile Dennis Ferguson?
No. The only problem I have is paedophiles.
Wherever he's taken, but I would not like it to be right where he lives neither. So at least he could play in the backyard or...
We're a very caring community, and I made you one. I'm ready for you to get in it.
They also erected a banner outside the Housing Department complex, warning the public about their unwanted neighbour.
Who are all these people? What do they all have in common? They are the marginalised in Western Sydney. People who bring about this cultural cringe.